Hello, everyone. I'm Jean-Claude BeyondMystic, and welcome to this deep woo-woo episode on Tuesday night. It's entitled Intuitive Healing with May Levy. You can find her work at deepintuitivehealing.com and also here on Instagram at LightScribeArt. May, welcome back to the show. How are you?
Thank you so much. It's really good to be here. Feels good to be back somewhat, physically and energetically. A lot has happened for me in the past month and a half, for
It
sure.
has it? Okay,
Oh my
hold on a second, May. We'll get into all of that. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us here on this live interactive chat. I think May and I are going to have a deep conversation to begin with. And I think we're going to end the show on an activation and hopefully bring some intention and attention to our physical beings, our shields, and maybe perhaps unseen influences that are affecting us all at the present time. And of course, if you've been following my show, we're doing astrology as of late. This Mercury retrograde has been difficult for a lot, including me. And of course, it's been difficult also for May. And May is brave enough to share her story here because we did have a few commenters saying, hey, what's happening to May? We haven't seen her in a month. She canceled a few of her bookings on her website. What's going on? So May, let's start there. What happened? Where are you now? And what do you feel like sharing with the audience here? Because I know a lot of the people here are going to connect with your story here tonight, for sure.
I went through a lot. I'm just going to put my hands on my heart for 1 second and take a deep breath. It's going to be a little raw share here. Thanks, John.
I'm wearing my heart on my sleeve for you guys.
Around, I would say, what was it? Thanksgiving. I had interaction with another person, and things got really sexy and beautiful and heart opening, and we shared some quality time together, and things seemed like they were opening up, and my heart was opening up. And then also like understanding, I think this gave me, I didn't interact with somebody romantically for a while. And when we did share intimacy, we did share intentions to open up our hearts. And boy, did I not know what I was doing. I mean, when you think about heart opening, it sounded like, oh, beautiful. But if there's a lot of stuff in the heart, if there's still stuff in the heart that is not processed on both ends, then that can be a great catalyst for a purge, for a heart purge. And he left the country, and I ended up just feeling a lot of stuff, and it was triggering. It was a catalyst for a lot of old stuff that was coming up. And if you want to open your heart, that things that don't serve you anymore need to leave the vessel. So I feel what happened, I got sick for a week and I didn't know why. I understood that I was vulnerable in my body, and I got sick. Very minor cold, flu, whatever, and I was in bed.
Hey, hold on a second here. I'm getting a huge screaming in my ear. We're going too fast. Before we get into the energy and the body, let's go back to the heart and this relationship thing. All of us have been feeling this huge separation for the last number of years now, and we don't need to get into the why of that and the politics of that. But we all understand, whether we know it to what degree, we're all feeling that we've had to mourn so many things. People in our lives, friends, families, things we used to do, things that we used to love. So we're all very much suffering from that separation and for mourning from the things that made us who we are. And so it's normal that we're all in a difficult bind, and we're looking to maybe recapture, reconnect, be with people, like get that spark back in our lives. So I wanted to ask you this, if you want to share, of course, this relationship as it came into your sphere of influence, was it a friend to begin with, and did you decide to move it to the next level? And if so, was it because now, maybe looking back on it, if it's not too raw, was it because you were trying to fill some of the separation and the voids that was created of the last 2 years? Or was it organically and maybe karmically induced that you guys were supposed to go through this little trajectory on the road together? What are your feelings on that?
Okay, so first we were friends for 2 months, and we took our time to share time together and get to know each other. And honestly, in those 2 months, I didn't even look at him as a potential. It's not somebody I was interested in. and in that way. And there was also a red flag. Something happened, and then I was like, oh, I don't know if this person should even be a friend. But then he apologized. There was vulnerability, some tears. I was like, oh, I can work with this, like I can work with vulnerability. I can work with heart opening. And then there was a situation where we talked about sexuality, and then that kind of opened up a door for that. And kind of like, I think that after he shed some tears and was raw with me, I did feel something in my heart. And then I was like, oh, maybe there's something to this connection. And then maybe something here. And I explored it, and we explored it for about a week. And at the time, I don't think I was just feeling really good. It was really fun and beautiful. And we were really close, getting really close. And then when it ended, it was like, whoa, this was reminding me of something. And then definitely symbolism that happened between our connection, symbolism that kept coming up with many different things that were showing me that this is more than, this is like work. Like, I feel like when synchronicities start happening, he gave me a crystal that was identical to the crystal of the person that I had my awakening from in my birthday. He gave me that as a gift. And I was like, okay, you don't know what you just gave me. Yeah, it was something very symbolic. And then and during Halloween, he gave me a gift. It was a skull like piece. And only now I understand what that meant. And we went for a walk one time, and we saw a baby dead deer. And I was like, why is this symbolism so strange? Like really, really strange things that were shown to me. And I was like, I don't understand the puzzle yet, but I understood that there's a puzzle that I'm supposed to understand. I think I have the complete picture right now, and I'll get to that as things unfolded for me during this time.
Okay. Okay. We'll get to that. Now, when you say you open up your heart, it triggered some things for you. There was the iconography, the symbolism, and all of that. Now, do you feel that there might have been things in your particular map or your core wounds that you thought you had addressed in the past and now realize that, oh, shoot, they weren't as addressed as I thought it was? Was it that? Or is it something completely new that was not on your radar ever in your life? Can you share that with the audience?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think that what I experienced when he left was rejection and abandonment, but I was okay with it. I was like, okay, it's okay for me to feel abandoned. It's okay for me to feel rejection. It doesn't mean I'm rejected, and it doesn't mean I'm abandoned. It's just something that I'm feeling, and I'm letting it go, and it's okay to feel it. I was really okay with feeling it and not like trying to run away from it or anything like that. There was love. It happened really fast. He left really fast. So that's how trauma is born, really, is what I'm noticing. If something happens really fast, too soon, it can lead to trauma, but I'm very aware. So I feel like I was just soothing and just like letting myself feel that. I think the reason it showed up in my life was for karma purposes, to show me about this specific thing that came up in a few sessions that I did, theta healing sessions that I did with some help from my mother. My mother did a session on me. My teacher did a session on me. They both saw the same thing. And I finally understood why this happened and why it had to happen in order for me to finally clear this karma. Very, very karma. So I can share about that too, if this is the time. It happened, like my understanding of it all was after the fact I was sick for almost a month in bed. But what I learned in my session with my teacher, that in a past life, and I haven't done a lot of past life work, mostly.
And teacher here is plant medicine or?
No, she's a theta healing teacher.
It's okay, theta healing. Okay.
Theta healing and theta healing also works on past lives. And she saw a murder that happened in a past life, that I got stabbed in my heart from somebody that I loved very much, somebody that I had this profound love, and it ended up me being somebody stabbing me in my heart and killing me, and that's something that I've been carrying in this lifetime. And then my mom, and then I left that alone, like that came up, and then my mom 2 weeks ago or a week and a half ago, we did a session. And she didn't tell me, but she also saw it in the beginning. And she started asking me questions about, how we muscle test, and that's how we find the answers of our subconscious mind. And we went really deep. And then she started asking questions about like murder and abuse. And so it hit me. the person that I had my awakening from back then, I asked if it was his soul that did that to me in the past life, and I received that was correct. And the symbolism between the stones, the crystals, were just to wake me up into that realization. And I don't want to go too dark, but there was also a murder case in New Orleans of somebody that I knew, and I don't want to talk about it, but I just want to say that that happened all while I was being shown this. And it was like so hard for me to process, because like I'm always, you know, bright and sunshine and happy, and suddenly all these things that are really heavy to process, I was just like, oh my God. So yeah, I think I understood why he gave me the skull. I think I understood why we saw a baby dead deer. I think I understand what spirit was trying to tell me, and I finally cleared it. So there is a happy ending to that. I finally cleared something that was really, really deep. And the craziest thing is, on my whatever I experienced came in the sickness that I experienced came in 3 stages. And the second stage, I had extreme back pain, extreme. Like I couldn't make myself tea. I couldn't lift a kettle to make myself tea. It was that painful. And it was right in the back of my heart. It was in a space where I never get back pain. And I also had a cyst removal here behind my heart last summer. So to me, it was like whatever sickness came into my body, whatever that was, it targeted my most vulnerable place. It's also the location where you would have wings. So it felt almost like I had a metal plate planted in there. That's kind of like the pain that I had. If I can give it words, it felt very like something artificial that was planted there, or that's the pain that I felt. And it targeted the vulnerability in my most vulnerable spot in my body, which was behind the heart. Back to the murder case, in a past life, the murder was in the heart. So it's just kind of like a puzzle that I'm putting together, and I'm just like blown away and complete surrender, be like, okay, this is what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to sit here and rest and just like, you know, work with this information.
And of course, you just started a new website. You've got a gazillion bookings, a new product line going on. And now it's like, okay, universe just said, yeah. Hold on with that. We're going to treat you to this.
And bless Leanne's soul. I don't know what I would do without her. My assistant, Leanne, I'm just going to share. She's been helping me so much, like reschedule everyone. And thank you for everybody who's been so patient, like so patient.
So a big thank you to all the other viewers here who understood and who are sharing love and compassion for May here. Yes. And of course, if you haven't booked a healing session with her already, please do go check out her wares here at deepintuitivehealing.com. The links are in the description box below. Before we go back to the side effects on the body, you kind of touched on it a little bit. I want to go back here to the karma. Now, the individual you mentioned, and feel free to say, hey, I prefer not to get into these details. Now, he's left the country. Is there a reason why he's left the country? And have you communication since that maybe helped you get a better understanding? Okay, so you're downloading, you're integrating all of this, you're going through all the healing modalities, and you're putting all of these pieces of the puzzle together without him.
I think his part in my life is done.
That was done. Okay.
It was. I really do believe that it was to show me this thing that I need to heal in my past life, so I won't. So, like this ascension that we're all going through, we are here on Earth in the physical. This is like what we're here to do. If we want to realize it or not, this is our homework. This is what we're here to do. We're supposed to clear our karma now, when we're in a physical body, in order that when we pass on, we don't get to do that. We don't get to do that when we're not in a physical body. That's where we clear whatever we can here, and then we go, and then whatever happens to our soul, it becomes angelic. It doesn't. It comes back. I don't really understand completely how it works. All I know is that we're here to do this work now, and the more work we do, the more we clear, the easier it's going to be for our soul, the more upgraded our soul is going to get with this ascension process.
Right. And Mitchell here in the chat is saying, hey, we're all here from Screwed Up Karma. And of course, he's quoting, or she's quoting Cliff High here in one of his last episodes. Wow. And you know, What's interesting in everything you've said there too, and I completely agree with you, it also feels that universe right now, as we're moving into this age of Aquarius, is also sending all of these energies, all of these agents, in order for you to have one last crack at the can, maybe, or kick at the can, to deal with all of these past karmic issues. And it's happening in really, really fast order because we're shifting really fast also. And in order to get to that next level, you have to get rid of that huge pack sack of rocks you've been carrying on your back, right? Okay.
I also want to mention that as when I was purging all of this, my abilities have also upgraded tremendously. That's just something I think it's important to point it out, because like when you're going through this death, when we all go through stages of ego deaths and deaths, I think, and karma death, whatever you want to call it. But the more I was releasing, my body is starting to really tap into some new things with, like, if you watch the Airbender movie, all this like movements with mudras on a large surface where I'm walking and doing all of this beautiful things with my hands, light language and coded language, that it's been expanded. Before it was just through yoga, and now it's through walking and lifting legs and all these beautiful things. And so it's like also I'm getting beautiful gifts as I'm also clearing all of this really difficult stuff.
And do you feel, again, it might be a personal question, feel free to not answer, but you and I have kind of touched upon this subject before, where when you had, and you've explained this to the audience, when you had your first Kundalini awakening, you started also expanding a lot of these gifts that you had, and also ones that you didn't know you had, including some of the light language, the crystal work, the deep intuition, all of these things. Now, as you were setting the intention to open your heart and you were engaging in some of these practices, do you feel also something shifted there in the way that you're moving Kundalini and harnessing it and using it for yourself, and also in your practice? Has that come to the forefront of your consciousness, or is that something yet that you need to kind of focus on a little bit more?
So your question, I'm trying to understand. Your question is if my opening of the heart has affected my Kundalini.
While engaged in divine union with another partner, has that also translated in an uptick of you being able to use Kundalini now yourself, for yourself, and also in your practice? Or has it gone the other way and maybe toned it down a little bit because of maybe the negative energy and the nature of the work that was being done?
The Kundalini has always been there, always, always, always. The energy working with other people and with myself. I think opening my heart has been, it's almost like relationship with, I was sick. So like, I feel like when I was sick, it wasn't like something that I wanted to even try to get up and try to heal myself right now, because my body needed that rest. It's not like, oh, I'm going to heal this right now and do all this stuff. I was really letting my body rest for a moment. I needed that. But I think that the power and the Kundalini energy is the same. It's just different, more gifts are coming in. The energy is completely the same.
And the reason I ask, and maybe it'll come later or maybe it won't come, is that often, especially for those people who are already empowered and activated on the Kundalini front, sometimes being in divine union with other people brings them different keys or extra levels of that. And so maybe now is not the time for this conversation. Maybe it comes later. But I was just guided to ask the question. So maybe we could come back to that.
I want to share. I did have interaction with the person in the past that's an alien like me, like super activated. He's a musician and he does amazing music. And it was for DNA exchange, because after that happened, I started writing my light language, and that was immediately after we shared codes.
Right. Okay. So that's what I was alluding to see if you had some type of repeat of that situation, and maybe it hasn't downloaded yet, or maybe you've downloaded it, but you haven't unlocked it yet because you were busy doing the healing part. So, okay. Well, we'll come back to that in another show.
I'm not sure I got codes from this person. I think it was.
Okay.
We'll see.
Okay. He could have just been the karmic messenger, as we were talking about earlier, and that was his role, and that's fine too. But
I want to share one more thing. The codes that I talked about that intensified was not because of him. It was because I was invited to do in between being sick, there were 3 stages, or maybe it was before I was sick. I don't remember. everything is foggy. I was invited to this Amazon activation to go to this, for the Amazon that's in trouble right now, and do a light language activation. And this person called Sean Parv, which I'm trying to get on the show next week or whenever our next show is, he built this structure, this pyramid structure with sacred geometry, all in crystals. And I did an activation underneath it. And the next day I was already doing airbender stuff. So if that's the reason why you're asking, this man I'm trying to get on the show is brilliant. What the structure that he built, and I was just sitting underneath it. And the next day, I was already doing all kinds of things, and I'm like,
wow, yeah. Okay. So that'll be for another show. I love it. Okay, now let's get into people getting sick. So let me bring Tom's comment up on the screen. It seems that a lot of people are getting sick lately, right? Including, and in my sphere of influence, a lot of light workers like warriors, star seeds, envoys, all of these people suddenly, they're losing their taste of smell, their taste and their smell. They're having these huge, dysfunctional, aches in their bodies all of a sudden, completely hit by a bus out of the blue, seemingly, but all in this last month. And it appears to be, so far, at least from my circle of influence, confined more to North America as opposed to everywhere else. So I'm wondering if there's a specific attack going on that is targeting, of course, these individuals that I've just listed out. How do you feel now, having had this experience, going through a core wound, maybe being vulnerable for a brief moment of time where perhaps during that vulnerability, a crack opened up, an attack could slip in behind your shields? Is this what you think was happening, or is this just a run-of-the-mill flu type of thing that came across your way? Let's get into that.
I definitely feel that I was targeted because I was vulnerable. It's like something that I was so okay before that. And then my heart was going through something, and I was in pain, emotionally. And I definitely feel like right after that, I got sick. Immediately after that, I got sick. And so it's really hard not to pay attention to that. Mm-hmm. And I think that the majority of people that were targeted because they were in a fear frequency because of all the news and everything. When you're in fear, you're also vulnerable. Mm-hmm. And so there's definitely something to say about that vulnerability, I think, is an invitation for this frequency, if you want to call it, this lower frequency that entered my space, invaded my space, because it feels very invading. Yeah, I feel super invaded.
Okay, and just to be clear too, there's a comment on the screen that we can't really mention here because we're going to have this video yanked if we get into that topic. But just generally speaking, those pointy things in or around our cities that are emitting certain things, they've been actively turned on also as of late. And it kind of feels coincidental maybe also that a lot of people are suddenly feeling ill effects. Now, I'm curious, do you have any such of these devices close to where you reside, or were you also perhaps traveling closer to some of them, or maybe you haven't noticed where those are installed around your house? What do you think that could be?
I live in downtown Nevada City, and you know what? I actually don't know where we have I know there is one in downtown Nevada City. I don't know exactly where.
Okay.
It's possibly here. And before I had back pain for New Year's, I thought I healed myself. I took MMS and I felt better. And there was a period between my back pain and feeling sick that I went to Vegas for New Year's for 3 days. And that's when my back pain started. So I know they have a lot of towers there. So maybe there's some, it could be, I don't know much about it, that, but definitely possible. I can say that it felt very mechanical. What I felt in my back here felt very mechanical, and I also had really weird crackling sounds in my ears that I've never experienced before.
There's another thing with not necessarily those devices that are installed, but the fact that they might be connecting or amplifying some of the products that are included within the injectables that have been going around in the last 2 years. And we're getting reports that some of these injectables are transmittable by sex. So, Yeah, and that was also in some FOI, FOIA, Freedom of Information Act requests, where some of these tests had been done and had proven that in fact there was transmissibility there at the sexual level to some of these components. So I'm wondering now. So yeah, like Laura says yes. So I'm wondering now, were you perhaps unwittingly infected, I guess is the only word here, by some of these products by other people not knowing, and that maybe that too could be transferred by these towers or activated by these towers?
No. The person that I was with was completely against it.
Okay.
Yeah, completely. There's no way.
Okay.
But
we're doing the woo detectives here, folks. So we're kind of
I just
figure this out.
I really do think it's because my body was vulnerable. I really do think that that's what the entry was, and it's just it targets lower vibration. I think it could only target, or maybe I'm wrong, but it feels like if your frequency is not as strong, it has an entry.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think happened. But I don't know.
Well, we could be right there on that track, and that could be as simple as that. But I'm having a conversation here, and we're kind of saying this out loud for the benefit of the audience, who a lot of them also are going to listen to this and say, "Oh, me too." But what was it for me? I didn't have a karmic thing, or I do live close to some of these devices, or holy shoot, I might have been in contact with some of these people, and there might have been some transference. And on that level, if you go look at Cliffy's Twitter, there's some protocols to try to alleviate maybe some of those products that have been transferred into your bloodstream. So there's a whole bunch of things that you can study to ameliorate that situation for yourself. So go do your own research there.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Do you think that this thing that's going around that I experienced, do you think that in itself has a connection to these towers?
That's what I'm getting at. It could very well be. It could very well be. And again, this is a hard topic for this show on YouTube. We can't say all the words here, but it could very well be. And there's been some researchers who have pointed to links, at least, that show that there could be causation or causality between those two things you've just mentioned. So it's hard to say. And I think at this point, we're going to need to have that information. And just if you've watched the news over the last couple of weeks, some of these major companies have refused to testify, or they've asked the judge for a stay of proceedings, or in some cases, they've asked for 75 years until they are obliged to give over the data. So clearly, there's obfuscation of these tests and all of this data, and it behooves us to really pay attention before we do anything further here. And of course, a lot of people in this community have been fighting this all along, saying, hey, informed consent is actually something that's important here, and we can't forget that. There's a reason why that's in place. It is not an antiquated law or concept. It is very it is priority number one, really, when it comes to self-sovereignty of your body. So yeah, not sure how far more we can go on that topic on this show, but yeah, okay, I think we've gone as far on that. Is there anything else you want to share, maybe on the karmic reasons, or what you feel also?
I really think that this whole journey that I've been on was to bring the awareness to this karma, to show me that in its own weird way, to bring me there. And I think that I finally completed it. And yesterday I sold that skull that I got. I sold it. I was
Get the fuck out of my house.
Take it.
Oh, I pity the fool who bought it. Oh my god. No, that's an old Mr. You know. Yeah.
It's really funny. When I sold it, I couldn't stop laughing. I thought it was really funny.
Oh, everybody's laughing with us in the chat. Yeah. Okay. Oh my god. Yes. Bad skull.
Lesson learned. I see. Take it away.
Oh my god. Okay. Well, all of this has a positive ending, as you're saying, and it's very good. And I think it's a credit also to the fact that you had already done a lot of work yourself. You're already a teacher, you're a healer, and for the most part, nothing gets past you. But sometimes we're all humans, and we do still have those little cracks. And what I find right now is the machine is so in defense mode, that all the volumes on everything, the division, the fear, the tactics, is on full blown right now. It's like a cornered animal. So even the best of us right now have these cracks, and it goes through the system. And I know for a fact in December for me, it was a very difficult month as well. I had stuff going around in my family. There's a lot of people who were having issues. And on top of that, my guests were having issues. So I was canceling shows right, left, and center. And I was just like, I felt bad. But at a certain point, like, dude, life was just weird for a couple of weeks there, right? And I think a lot of the audience members too, as I was reading the comments, were like, me too, me too. And on top of that, the retrograde and all these weird, like, electrical problems, plumbing problems, car problems. Like, it's just like, holy crap. It's like the huge crescendo. And on top of all that, we don't need to get into the names here tonight, but there's so much infighting in the truther community now too in the last couple of weeks on YouTube. It's just absolutely mind-boggling to see. I don't know what the hell is going on, but I want nothing to do with it. So I'm like, if I lower myself to start talking about those frequencies, one, I'm going to fail the audience, and two, I'm going to fail my mission. So I hope for the audience members too, like you've seen maybe some of my guests and I refuse to talk about certain topics, and we're doing that right now because we think it's for the highest good. So there's a lot of weird shit going on right now. So speaking of all of that, all of the challenges that are in front of us, how do you want to set up this activation for tonight? Let's talk about setting the intention first and let the audience know how they can participate here and what they need around them here to maybe maximize this activation for them.
Yeah, so now that I've had some experience with this, I kind of know what I want to work on. And I'm going to do I'm not even going to do a meditation. I'm going to do some breath with you guys. And then I'm going to go straight into the activation, because I really want for it to be, I want to have the time to do it. So I'm just going to go straight into that. So removing bioweapon implants, whatever this thing brings into our body, into our space, into our cells, remove it. So I'm going to do that. Remove physical pain from the body. If you're experiencing physical pain and aches, to give healing to that. To help the respiratory structures of our body, our smell, our taste, our senses, to repair them and to strengthen them, and to strengthen our aura and our vulnerable parts of our body. So I'm going to do this for about 30 to 40 minutes. And I would like everybody to just drink some water. You don't need to hold anything. If you want to put some crystals around you, you're welcome. A candle would be great for protection, but you don't have to go too crazy. Just find a comfortable space. And I really think that the most important thing is they'll have the time to actually do the work.
Okay. Yeah. And so May, just to recap, removal of bioweapon infectious agents, removing of the aches in the body, helping restore the respiratory system, and also strengthening the aura. Am I missing one?
Correct. And the vulnerable parts of our body.
Okay.
Yeah. And then just when I'm done with my time, you can just just give me a 1 minute notice.
Okay. And in terms of visuals, is there anything on your LightScribe art maybe that we can use to do audience focus on?
I didn't make one for this one, but there's one that has karma on it. Like the right side on the second bottom is one that clears karma. Maybe we can just put that as well in there. Go up.
So like up that way?
Up. Yeah. It's the second to the top on the right side.
This?
Yeah. This one. I'm pointing. I'm like this one. Go right.
This one.
Yes. Oh, no. Can I change my mind? Sorry.
Sure. It's your show.
Go to the left.
Yeah.
Left of that. There. That one is assistance from the seventh plane, right?
I love that.
Divine intervention from the seventh plane when doing healing work on the energy and physical body. So this would be perfect.
Okay. Very good.
Morianatana. I can't even, I channel the names and I can't even say them. Morianatana.
That's a tough one. Yeah, even for a French guy. Okay. Feng Shui, Susan, JC, thank all the women in your life. You're so sensitive and compassionate. Hey, I really appreciate that. And somebody says, we agree. We're here with you with the way you run your show. I think it was Hankowitz. So thank you. I appreciate that. It was a tough month. Okay. So I had a comment here that I want to bring up just to ask the audience members to slow down. Here you go. Thank you, Ronnie. Appreciate that. The chat and the cross chat between you guys while we're doing the activation here. It does help focus all of the energy if we are quiet and are paying attention here to all of the frequencies that May is going to emit here during this activation. Okay. So May, with that said, let me know when you want to start.
If this is your first time watching, I don't know. I've never done an activation of bioweapons before. And when I release energy, I release it through hissing, through burping, and through laughter. So I haven't done laughter on the show yet, but I'm not sure what will come through. So just letting you know so you won't freak out. Okay.
Okay. And if you're just joining in a few minutes from now and you're like, what the fuck is this going on? Just go with it.
Yeah, just open your mind, let your soul understand it, let your body receive. Just give permission for your body to receive the healing.
It is called a deep woo-woo show for a reason. All right. Anytime you're ready, May, lead us into it.
All right. All right. So everybody just find a comfortable space to sit down, lie down, and just vocally express that you are receiving, you're allowing yourself to receive the healing of this transmission. So everybody put their hands on their heart and take a deep breath from your heart, bringing that breath all the way up to the crown and setting your intentions for this healing. If there's something specific that you are wanting to work on in your body, and slowly release the breath through your mouth and really giving yourself permission to relax. And I want you to bring that breath back to the heart and inhale from your heart, bringing that breath all the way up to the crown and holding that breath for 3, 2, 1, and you're release the breath with a little sigh, really hearing yourself letting go. And I'm beginning. I call in angels of the north and angels of the south. I call in angels of the east and angels of the west. I call in angels of the heavens and angels of the earth to come stand around our vortex and create a sphere of white light of protection. I call Archangel Michael to come create a blue sphere around the white sphere and create a protection layer around us. It is commanded that no lower frequency, that no lower entity, and no lower being may enter through us, above us, around us, or below us. It is commanded that all energy that is less than love may be transmuted back to source, back to peace, back to complete wellness through all time, space, continuum, and multi-dimensional. And so it is, and so be it. Creator of all that is, it is commanded in this activation to remove any bioweapons or implants in our body, any physical pain that is associated with this lower vibration that people are experiencing from this bioweapon attack in their body. And I command to repair the respiratory structures of the sense of smell and taste in the body, and strengthening the aura and the vulnerable parts of our body. It is done. It is done. It is done. May you do this between 30 to 40 minutes. Aho. Tuya taratatakia rasukuya taratatakia ra suya taratatakuya tarata I a mohiara tua hayara I a suwa mukuya taratatakia ra si a oma I o a suya taratatakia ra Do iara su uya taratata kiara rota kiara suya taratata kiara rotata kiara masuya taratata shi o a o a su uya taratata ki a mo ua hasuya taratata shu uya taratata mo iara tuya taratata sia a mo ua hayara ia ye mo ua hayara a suya taratata ki ro a su a o a o a su u iara ia ye mo iara suku ya taratata kiara mo iara tua haya ia ya rotakiara suya taratata shi rotakiara suya taratata kiara mo wahayara ia ye mo huyara ia ye rosakiara rotatakiara rotakiara rosu wahiara rotatakiara wahaya rotatakiara maso iara ia ye rotatakiara rosakiara ia ye rotatakiara tukuya taratata si o a to maso a to a masuku o a ro a to a suya taratatakia huyara ia ye ro iara ho uyara ho tu yara ho tua ho masuya taratatakiara ho tu yara ia ye ho tu yara ia ye ratakiara su yara ia ye ho tua ha ia masu uyara ia ye ratakiara masoko o a rotatakiara ia ye ro ua haya o a ia rati rotatakiara maso o iara Every time I snap my hands, you're welcome to join me with snapping your fingers. Around your head, around your body, making sure that all that energy is gone. Rokiara suya tratatasia ya ma uya tratatakia suya tratatasia rotatakiara tukuya tratatakia ya suya tratatakiara rotatakiara suya tratatakia ya hoyara hoyara sukuya tratatakia o a i rotatakiara suaya yera he suyara ha tuku a i rotatakiara suya tratatasi a ro ua hi ro hu ro a su a i ro so a i rotatakiara suya tratatasi o a i o yara rotatakiara suwahi rotatakiara o a i o a su a rotatakiara suya tratatakia to ua i o a i o a i o a su a i rotakia o a i o a ua i ye ro a i so i ro a i ro kakakiarsia ro a i ro a i o a su a i Ria ya suku ya tratatasia mohua haya ro ua haya i a mohiar ia ye rotatakia suya tratatasia mo yara suku ya tratatasia ya mo uawa iara masu yara ya mo yara ia ye rosu ya tratatasia ya mo yara tu yara ia ye tu yara ia ye tu yara ia ye tu wahaya ya mo wahaya o a i Toiara suya taratata kiara mama tokoya taratata siara mama tokoya taratata siaya ma royara mama sokoko wa ya nyara ma suya taratata shia ya rokua hayara kuya taratata siaya o mawa ayara mayara ma rosakira mayara mama tokoya taratata siaya ratata kiara wawa ya matukuya taratata siaya suya tratatasia ya rotatakiara o iara suya tratatasia ya rotatakiara suya tratatasia ya snap your fingers suya tratatakiara rotatakiara ia rosa wahayar ia rotatakiara o a wahia romama tuya tratatasia o kaki o mai o kakua hayara ia Everybody put their hand on their nose and press on these areas right here. Optional. Tuya taratatasia mama kokua hayara iaye rotatakiara ua hayara iaye rokakua hayara iaye rosa rosa rokakakiara iaye rosakiara uwawa rotiara iaye rua hiara. You can like go tuya taratatakiara moa hayara iaye mokua hiara uwawa mo iara suya taratata shiara mama omiara iaye mo ua iara suku ya tratatasia ma iara tua haya a mo iara tu maso a muiara ia ye ratakiara suya tratatasia mo hua hayara ia ye rosakiara ia ye ratakuya tratatasia ratakua ma tua ayara Rokakasiara wahi ima. Rotatakiara suya taratatasia ya uma o iara iya ye. Rotatakiara suya taratatashi ima. Rotatakiara ua suya taratatakiara ua ayara iya ye. Moua ayara iya ye. Moua ayara iya ye. Rosakiara uma o iara iya ye. Take your hands and start putting it all over your body as if you're shielding your aura. Tumiana mama soko kiara uawa iara tuya taratatasia ma o rotata kiara suya taratatasia Rotatakiara suya taratatakiara, also underneath your feet. Tomiana na yotata suya taratatakia a moa okaki a suwa mama tokoya taratatasiara rotatakiara ratakiara suya taratatasiara rotatakiara uya taratatasiara ma oyara uawa rotatakiara suya taratatakiara o iara iaye rokua hayara iaye ratata hiara mama so iara ua toiara umayara sua iaye ratakua hayaya mama so iara roma iaye ratakua hayaya ma iara tua i
2 minutes remaining.
Moyara so yara I a moa tuma so a I moyara maso kiara ia yera tatakiara mama rotatakiara ua wahiara ia ye rasa kuya tatakiara rotatakiara ia yera takiara sua I Creator of all that is, it is commanded to download serotonin, joy, happiness, peace, laughter, compassion towards yourself and others, in every cell and every body, in every cell and every molecule in your body. It is done. It is done. It is done. Rotakiara sua haya o a I roiara tua I ama o a iara suku ya taratakiara Everybody put their hands in prayer in their third eye. And in gratitude to Spirit and Creator for being here today, to work directly through me, to assist you. And just saying gratitude to yourself for receiving and being here today. And bringing that prayer to your heart. And let's do something new. Let's all put a wish inside of our hands. Whisper a wish into your hands. And when you're done whispering, rub your hands together and heat that prayer up. And whenever you're ready, you can open your hands and allow that wish to manifest, to magnetize into your vortex. And slowly bring your awareness to your hands and your legs and your feet. Wiggle your toes. Move your head from side to side. Let's take one big, deep breath together. letting go and allowing that healing to be imprinted in your cells and your body easily and effortlessly with no healing crisis. It is done. It is done. It is done. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Merci beaucoup. Thank you. Man, that was amazing. How do you feel?
Wonderful.
You know what's funny? During your activation, we kept hitting between 777, the triple sevens, as Hayden Baker said, and I took a screenshot so you can see we kept hitting this number over and over, the triple sevens here.
I love this.
And of course, let me see if we can bring up the triple seven definition. But triple seven represents the threefold perfection of the Trinity. The number 777 as a triple seven can be contrasted against, of course, the triple six. So it's like, whoa, that's very powerful indeed.
Wow. That is crazy.
Yeah.
No, I didn't. That's exactly what we're doing here.
And I have to admit, yeah, there you go. It deserves that. Yes, absolutely. Like said, Laura says trifecta. Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
Your vocabulary has increased quite a bit since the last time you were on the show, sharing this energy. And I was paying attention to the vocals too, and how my speakers were resonating. And you were catching very, very deeper, meaningful resonance than you did before too. So you're clearly, every time you're coming here, increasing that capability. Yeah, everybody's saying, wow, better than a med bed. Yes, absolutely. This one's real. Wow.
Please send this to your relatives, people that are not feeling well. Please send this to the people that you care about, that you think that can benefit from this. Please share this. I've had people email me about blood clots and all kinds of things. Send this to them, please.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Wow, this is beautiful.
You're so welcome, everyone. I love you, everyone. Love you so much.
I'm trying to scroll through all the great comments here. That's absolutely beautiful. I'm going to ask the audience, what did you guys feel? Did you see anything? Did you hear anything during this activation? If so, please share with the audience here so we can have this on record. And while we're waiting for those, what did you see, feel, and hear, May, during the activation?
I just felt a lot of intensity. It's like what it takes over me. I didn't see anything. I just feel intense energy coming through and streaming through, and kind of like an attitude. Like there was this attitude of like, get the fuck out of here.
You were definitely in your power for sure.
Yeah, it's the attitude that was coming out.
Yeah. Especially as you were hissing out there too, like with much more fervor than I've seen you before. So I love it. Absolutely. Mitchell says, I've never heard a human voice hit a natural harmonic. Yeah, absolutely amazing. Bend rocks, harmonic singing. Thank you. Triple sevens. Yeah, everybody saw that. Thank you so much.
I have to say something. I have to say something about this 777. There was another, my friend, a very deep friend, deep connection that I have that visited me in New Year's, came on a 777 flight, 777. And it's hard to ignore that you just brought that up. I don't know, when I saw that 777, I was like, something about this number has been like accompanying me. And so you brought that up, and now knowing that it's a position of, what do you say, 666?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. Let me bring it back up. Yeah. It's so like in your face. I love it. Wow.
Cool.
Danny says, wow. I kept getting the urge to move my hands. And when you said to protect your aura, I was doing just that. Yeah.
Yay.
Like everybody was in synchronicity, I think. There was one or two who logged in late and was like, what the fuck is going on here? So for you, welcome. This was a healing activation. And just go back to the beginning and you'll understand and share this amazing energy with the community here. That was amazing. So thank you everyone for joining us on that and sharing your energy and opening your hearts to May as she puts out all of this amazing energy for you guys. So a big thank you to everyone.
Thank you. We're all in this together. We're going to get through this.
Absolutely.
We're gonna get through this, and yeah, hit me up if you want to clear some karma.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Are you back now with your bookings online? If people are booking now, what months can they expect to get you on the schedule? And for those who are new in the audience, also explain a bit about your different healing modalities and what those sessions look like.
Yes. Hi, everyone. I do a lot of things, but so I do intuitive healing sessions that include scanning your body. I can scan where you have different energetic blocks of the chakras, if it's front or back, left and right. So I get a description of what's going on. You'll know from the beginning how many sessions you would need with me. Normally one block, energetic block, is equivalent to one session. That can also include entity clearings and light language activations. If you're interested also in just a light language activation to increase your abilities or to open up your DNA wisdom that's hidden in your body, I can also do just that. And I also do theta healing, which works on the limiting beliefs in our subconscious mind. Beliefs that we've had from our childhood, from past lives, all kinds of things that we're stuck in our life, patterns. Theta healing is a great way to go in there, find what they are, and remove them. And it also works on karma and releasing karma and upgrading and clearing things. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful work. I do.
And so mostly your bookings now are still, I guess, online, or do you still do one-on-ones for the people who are in your locality as well?
Oh, both.
Okay.
Remote healings are they're as good as the healing sessions in person. Pretty much I use my body as a vessel. It's like a voodoo doll, and I would be scanning and working on my own body as if it's yours and releasing for you through my body. Very effective, and it works just the same. Not just the same. I do pressure point massage when I do see you, but the energy is released either or. It doesn't matter, because when we're doing clearing, energy doesn't have time and space. I also am doing channel tattoos, and people are hiring me to do tattoos with, you set an intention, you tell me what the tattoo you want to activate it, what do you want it to activate in your body, what intention you put into it, and I will channel it for you.
Do you have any of those examples on your Instagram?
Of the tattoos?
Yeah.
I mean, anyone in there could be a tattoo.
Yeah, you're right. I saw a few on your Facebook also.
I should post more of the specific
Yeah.
tattoos that I've done. Yes.
Yeah.
But any one of those can be a tattoo easily.
So Leah's asking, hold on a sec. She's saying, hey, what's the website? It's Deep Intuitive Healing. You can see it right below me here, a little thing. And it's also in the live chat. And all the links to May's social media properties are in the description box below. And as soon as I finish tonight too, I'll go and pin them to the top of the comments. Now, just going back quickly to the sessions, do you still have a valid coupon code for these, for the audience?
Yes, I actually didn't think about that, but I'll put BeyondMystic, BeyondMystic, all capital. And we'll activate that for 10% off.
Oh, great.
What else did I want to say about sessions? Yeah. And then also I'm working on a new...
timing. I asked you about timing. If we book now, what does your schedule look like right now? Are we booking into February, March, May?
The truth is, I just, because I was sick for a month, we are moving a lot of people in the calendar. We have to reschedule them. I think it'll be around June, July, something like that. Yeah. And I always advise that if you are serious with working with me, if you do want to schedule more than one session, just to make sure that you don't have to wait months later. So if you're like, oh, I want to do healing work with May, and you want to just book maybe 2, 3 sessions, 4 sessions, you hold that space, you can always cancel. So you don't have to wait months later for another session.
Right.
Yeah.
And somebody just said, hey, is it just me or is everybody else hungry after this? And it sounds like a funny comment, but it's not funny. We need grounding after all of this. Speak to that a little bit, May.
I'm also hungry. I was hungry in activation, which I'm not normally.
See, Stefan was right on the ball.
I've been eating this past month. I did not lose my hunger. It's really interesting. I was sick, but I was eating. I think that I felt I needed grounding, something to anchor me down. And yeah, maybe it's time for a juice cleanse.
Very good. Okay, so we have the booking sessions, coupon code BeyondMystic. We have your artwork, and now you are launching a new website very, very soon. And we're encouraging people here to subscribe to your mailing list so they get notified here when you do this big launch. So let me bring that link down to the live chat also for you guys to stay posted on all of the new May Levy products. So there you go.
Yeah.
Chat now. And okay, so speak about these 2 things here that are coming up.
Well, up until now, whoever just meets me for the first time right now, I'm actually, before I was a light scribe artist, I was a photographer, and so my website for my artwork was just photography and mixed media, and so I was putting LightScribe art on there, which wasn't really the same subject. So I just recently purchased lightscribeart.com, and we're working on a really cool website. You will even be able to take your phone and put it, like, have the art piece that you choose, and it will show you, you'll have a sample in your own home, what size you want. You can kind of like do a demo with your home. It's going to be really cool and really easy to do online shopping, and shipping will be global. So that's going to be really cool. And I've been working on a lot of new art pieces that are getting so much love. And they all have an explanation on the bottom. I know a lot of you have been asking for explanations and channels. And so I've been channeling all the explanations and what they do. And yeah, I just really like the new stuff that is coming through recently. They're just amazing.
Cool.
I ordered 2 pieces for myself. I pay for my art.
Awesome. And talk also about your apparel on your website. How's that going?
Wait,
What's the most?
The book?
Oh, wait, the book. Hold on, you're right. Forgot one. All right. Right side.
So first of all, the website is going to be launching on February 2nd, which is really soon. And the book, Light Scribe Conscious Art, is going to be, when I started my awakening, I had a bunch of sacred geometry come through. And it's going to be symbols of sacred geometry and how you can use them. And so it's going to be a book of symbols. It's going to be really, really great. And I'm launching that on February 22nd, 2022. Which is a really powerful number. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, you should get into the astrology. I just did this Astro Woo Finance show with Julie from Maison Jupiter. Absolutely cool, guys. So go check that out. It's on pay-per-view now, and you'll see why this February date is really important. We explained the 222s here in the month of February. Yeah, I'll send you a link to that May later. Okay, so when you have the book up, we'll come back. We'll do a book review with you. Absolutely. Now let's talk about. Go ahead.
If you do subscribe, put your email in my MailChimp link that I put there, we will send you an email to pre-order the book, if that's something you want to do. Yeah.
Okay.
So just put your information in there, and then you'll have first dibs on the book.
Very good. Okay, so I've put the link back in the live chat for the MailChimp notification. There you go. And somebody was asking, pillowcases yet? What do they mean? So let's go.
I haven't done pillowcases. I've done blankets, and there are like the throw pillows. But if you want to do the big, I mean, I could do that. I can definitely do that. I just thought that the small pillows for now is good. And there's blankets, so you can, a blanket, like there's throw blankets. It's on the bottom. You see that? There's 19 different ones.
Oh wait, throw blankets. Yeah.
And so that will cover the whole bed.
Hold on, I think my screen is frozen. Hold on. No, throw blankets. Okay, there you go. Okay, is that it? Yes.
So you have 19 of them. Is that what I just saw?
Wow.
To choose from, and they have the art on it, so it will definitely activate your whole body while you're sleeping.
Oh, these are really cool. Wow, love that. Okay, very cool. So guys, check that out at deepintuitivehealing.com, and there you're looking for the shop apparel page. Now, do the BeyondMystic coupons work on the shop page as well? May, do you know?
I will send you. Okay, I actually didn't think about this before the show. I'll send you coupon codes, and I'll give them to you to put on the bottom there. So sorry.
And I'll put them on the link. Okay. No, because I think we had them last time. That's why I'm asking. They may still be in the description because I usually carry forward the descriptions from each video. That's what I was asking. Anyways, folks, we'll figure that out there. Give us a few minutes.
We'll put it down there, and it will be activated for you guys. Thank you.
Okay, very good. May, before we leave tonight, anything else you want to share with the audience members?
Just love yourselves. Thank you for being here. And then I'm really glad to be back and alive. Grateful for my life. And yeah, this has been great. Be gentle with yourselves. That was a really powerful activation. Just drink a lot of water and take it slow. Okay.
Right. And in the meantime, if you want to find more about May Levy and her amazing artwork, you can find her at Light Scribe Art here on Instagram. Again, the links are in the description box below. And if you want to book a healing session with her, you can do so at deepintuitivehealing.com. Last but not least, if you like these shows, please remember to like, share, and subscribe here on my third backup YouTube channel. We're at 62,000 strong and growing, and I appreciate each and every one of you guys. I really love you. Thank you so much, everyone. This was Intuitive Healing with May Levy. I'm Jean-Claude at BeyondMystic. Merci beaucoup, May, and thank you so much, everyone. Have a great evening, and we'll see you soon. Au revoir.
Au revoir.